The following program is intended for mature audiences.
A democratic republic of sports. The Sportsocracy with ESPN Asheville hosts Tank Spencer and Jeremy Greene.
And welcome into the Wicked Weed studio. I'm Tank Spencer. Jeremy Greene is alongside. It's week 3 of the college football season, and it's time to make our picks. WickedWeedBrewing.com. Wicked Weed Brewing, drink different. Week 3, we're going to break down the biggest games of the weekend. We will also be picking the games against the number. And this week, if you would like, you can bet right alongside with us. BetUS.com. BetUS.com is one of our new sponsors here, and some of you are taking great advantage of it.
Somebody kicked the book's ass on Sunday. I just don't know who you are. It gives me a number, not a name.
And we encourage all of you to get involved with BetUS because they're giving away free money. You make your deposit, and they will give you a deposit bonus of 125%. So you put in $100, they're going to give you $125 extra dollars to wager on top of that. So build your bankroll to $225 right off the rip.
And every time you fund your BetUS account and use it, they pay us. So that's how sponsorships work.
That's right. and they will do that up to $2,500. So, it's claim your money while you can at BetUS.com. BetUS.com, use the promo code Sportsocracy, deposit match of 125%.
You're also allowed to do what I did and drain all your other accounts and deposit a whole shitload of money. And then you get a little notification that says, we have credited your account $2,000. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, take that. Do that. We like it when you do that.
Oh, and by the way, if you do that, I will personally come to your house and give you a hug. We're paid on percentages, too. So
and that's saying something.
If you become one of those high rollers, we can become best friends.
That's saying something because he doesn't do personal contact.
At all.
No. Big games in college football this weekend. We've got the Alabama-Florida game. We got Notre Dame in action, Cincinnati as well, as both of those teams look to face off against each other next week. We got some big favorites, too. Let's start off with the big favorites this week in college football. Who's going to cover their outrageous number? Start with number 2, Georgia. They're at home in Athens, taking on South Carolina. And they are a 32-point favorite. Take that.
I don't love laying numbers that big. South Carolina's starting a coach at quarterback. That's a bad sign when you're playing an NFL-level defense. They have 9 guys that will be picked in day 1 or 2 of the next 2 drafts.
Well, what happened to
That's
Luke Doty?
Including a guy that went to Florida State and is the best player on the fucking team.
I thought Luke Doty was supposed to be the quarterback.
I don't know if he pissed somebody off. I don't know if he's still hurt. But last week he was up, and they looked at Zeb Nolan and went, no, you do it.
Well,
and then, with 3 seconds to go, they shit in my Carpaccio.
I mean, why not keep starting the same quarterback? As long as you're winning, right?
Yeah, that train is going to leave the depot this weekend.
Georgia is a 32-point favorite. Take them to cover the 32. I'm right there with you. Number 3, Oklahoma, 22.5 over Nebraska. Nebraska is bad, and it's not getting any better. And this week, they are just going to get frog stomped by Spencer Rattler and the Oklahoma Sooners.
One of the most dumbfounding stats I've seen so far this weekend is 70% of the cash value tickets are on Nebraska in the money line, which tells me that 70% of people that bet college football are stupid. Now, I understand why you wouldn't bet Oklahoma in the money line, because you don't want to bet $100 to win 14 cents.
Right.
I get that.
Well, I mean, is there something to say that, Oklahoma did only beat Tulane by 5 points?
Tulane's better than Nebraska.
Okay. But are they
and that was the first game
17 and a
of the
half
season.
points better?
Yeah, probably.
Tulane is?
The offense
Okay.
for Nebraska is god-awful. Bottom 30 in all of major college football. And I'm talking MAC teams, independents, I don't care.
Yep.
I've got a metric that basically tells me where a line would fall if a team played the average FBS team. Mm-hmm. If Oklahoma played the average FBS team on a neutral field, they would be a 26-point favorite. Do you consider Nebraska to be average?
Yeah.
I think they're the definition of average. Because they're actually not terrible defensively. They're terrible offensively. This game's in Norman, which means this line should have been 33 according to my metric. Mm-hmm. I'm taking Oklahoma, and I think it will be a cakewalk.
Yeah, 44-14, I think is the floor for me.
You just can't. They can't keep up. I mean, even if you can slow down the offense, damn it, I've done that twice. Adrian Martinez will put you in bad situations. He's going to turn the ball over.
Right.
That's what he does. Oklahoma gets it in a short field, and all of a sudden now you're just taken back down to Pound Town.
Mm-hmm. Number 6, Clemson, the fighting Kevin Vicks. They are a 28.5-point favorite against the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. Just hasn't nothing. There have been no breaks for Jeff Collins at Georgia Tech. And
there have been a lot of breaks. It's usually been on third down of his offense. Oh, you meant BREAKS. Oh.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, not the other way around. Not that one. Clemson.
My metric has this at, I didn't even pull this one just because I immediately bet it. Clemson would be a 29-point favorite against an average team on a neutral field. Again, it's at Clemson, which means this should have been about 36 and a half. It's another one where you find value in the line.
Yeah.
Market on this right now is at about 28. There are a lot of people that think Georgia Tech's going to cover this. I don't buy it. I don't buy it even a little bit.
Yeah. The fact that Clemson has home field advantage is a big.
I don't care if they played this game in the middle of the ocean and half the team couldn't swim.
I'm saying they
still would beat Georgia Tech by 3 touchdowns. The question is, do they hit the 4th one? I'm going to say yes. I hate laying numbers like this.
Right.
I hate throwing the 28-point number because the thing you have to remember, these kids don't care if they beat Georgia Tech by 38 or if they beat them by 27. Mm-hmm. It means nothing to them. That's why Jeremy likes nice, tight, compact lines.
Your Liberty Flames, they're a big favorite this week against Old Dominion, 27 points.
And I think that number's too high. If I was betting this, and the only way I would bet this is if somebody showed up with a gun and forced me to.
Okay. I was going to say.
Probably would have Old Dominion.
Yeah.
The implied value on this game has Liberty at about a 48% chance to cover. When I'm laying that large of a number and I'm the dog in implied value, that's not something I'm wild about.
Yeah.
Money line, hey, if you want to throw $2,600 at this to win 100, you're ballsier than I am. I mean, you would win $100 because they're going to win this game and they're going to win it comfortably.
Right.
I just don't know that they're going to cover the number. Old Dominion sucks a lot.
NC State. Patrick Holt, your Wolfpack, they're a big favorite this week against Furman, 27.5. You taking it?
No.
No.
I think I'd take Furman. If I had to bet this game, I think I'd take Furman.
Why?
That's a big number for a team that plays really run heavy. Mm-hmm. Clock continues to run. So this is one of those that strikes me as they're sitting right on the number. They're at, I don't know, they're up 20, they're up 30. Mm-hmm. Furman gets the ball back. You're playing against a slew of backups, and they throw up one of those late touchdowns that's just enough to piss me off. And so that's a game I'm going to avoid like it had a herpes sore on its lip.
Well, I mean, hell, they beat USF 45-0 to start out the season, so they could still score.
I'm not sure that Furman's not better than USF.
Oh, okay. All right, that's a pretty bold statement. I know Furman
USF's
is
terrible.
I know Furman is usually atop the SoCon, but I think that football team has fallen off.
They have.
So yeah,
it's just a big number against a team that was. I mean, and they may come out and just take them back down to Pound Town.
I think
after what happened last week, they might try to qualify.
Oh yeah,
I mean, this
totally.
might be 56-9.
Right,
that wouldn't surprise me in the least. Wouldn't surprise me in the least if it was 27-0, and then no joy.
No joy for you in Mudville. Big games in college football. Let's talk about Cincinnati and Indiana. That's in that 12 o'clock slate. It's a 4-point spread, which I think is idiotic. Indiana is not good. Have you come to the same realization that this is not Indiana of last year? Michael Penix is not the game changer that we thought he was. This offense just doesn't work.
Michael Penix is still a game changer. He's getting reacclimated, and I get all of that. This is one place where I disagree with Vegas. Vegas, the implied value has Indiana as an overwhelming better side to play.
Yep.
I disagree. I feel like I get the better quarterback. I, without a doubt, get the better defense. I get that I'm on the road, but I don't know that I care. This is here's one of the things you got to think about home field. You have to, if Indiana had beaten Iowa, I'd probably be all over this.
Oh, yeah.
Because then the crowd would be hyped. They're 2-0. You're coming off last year. You think you're a competitor to Ohio State. Mm-hmm. Now you know definitively that you're not. This is still a basketball school at the end of the day. Mm-hmm. So I don't think that home field advantage is going to matter as much as people think it will. Plus, how many teams in college football are higher rated defensively, according to Pro Football Focus grades, than Cincinnati? This is over the last 2 years.
Over the last 2 years?
Mm-hmm.
2. 0.
They're the number 1 rated defense in the country.
I mean, it's in the last 3 years, they've at least been in the top 25 in defense. That's one thing that Luke Fickell's teams do really well, is put a lot of pressure on quarterbacks. And I see Cincinnati winning this game big.
I do too. And again, this is a place where I disagree with Vegas.
Yeah.
I want you to think about what I'm going to say. I just told you Cincinnati has the highest graded defense in college football.
Yep.
Do you know what percentage of plays that Indiana has run were turnover worthy? And what turnover worthy means is that something happened, doesn't necessarily mean it was a turnover. Hit a corner in the hands, ball was on the ground, whatever the case may be. There was something that could have ultimately led to a turnover.
4.5%.
It's 7. It's the highest number I think I've ever seen. That means of every 14 plays they run, there's one that could be a turnover.
Right.
And that's been against Iowa, who, yes, is good and better than I thought they were.
Yeah.
And I don't remember who they played last week. It was a Big Ten team.
I can't think. Illinois? No, that was Virginia.
Yeah. I don't remember. I'll look it up. I just don't see this going well.
No, I don't either. And here's the thing. I really believe in Cincinnati.
Oh, here's why I don't remember, because it's the Idaho Vandals. I thought they played a Big Ten game. I had Illinois in my head, I guess.
Yeah. Idaho. Woo! You haven't proven anything. And to me, Desmond Ritter's going to put up some points in this game.
According to my metric, Cincinnati's the number 10 team in America. Mm-hmm. Indiana is 38. That's a big-ass difference for – I mean, even if I give you the touchdown for home field advantage, that means you think in Cincinnati this would be a 10-point spread?
Yeah.
Stop. Cincinnati. It's one of my favorite picks of the week.
Right. Another small-ish line, close line. UCF is at Louisville. Now, to me,
this one's tomorrow night. This is a Friday night game.
Oh, it's a Friday night game?
It's in Louisville, too.
Oh, okay. All right. I thought this was in the afternoon slate. My bad. I must have read the scoreboard wrong. But UCF, I mean, can Louisville do anything on defense to stop them?
Yes.
Really?
I'm taking Louisville. In the Papa John's Dome? Yeah, I'm taking Louisville. I don't think they're going to win. I think they'll cover. I think this game's going to be fun. Neither one of these defenses is particularly good.
Yeah.
People are getting swayed on UCF, and I'm guilty of it myself. People are getting swayed on UCF because they saw them play Boise State.
Yep.
Secret time, Boise State's not all that fucking good. You think they're good because they've been good forever. They're not particularly all that good. The discrepancy between these two teams is I have Louisville in the 70s in the country. I have Central Florida in the, and this is by metrics and grades and all that. This is not where I would have them ranked. UCF's in the bottom of the 40s. So it's not like it's a huge difference. You're getting two mediocre teams. Central Florida can score, but I like Malik Cunningham a lot.
Okay. I believe in Gus Malzahn and Central Florida. I'll take Central Florida to cover the 7 in this one because the offense is rolling. There's a lot to like about what's going on with that team right now. They're on the high of we're getting some national recognition, or at least we believe we are, with the move coming to the Big 12. And you got a national championship caliber program with a national championship caliber coach. There's a lot of that going around that program right now.
Here's the thing: Central Florida allowed Bethune-Cookman to throw on them, so kind of like Malik Cunningham's chances.
Yeah. All right. Boston College 14.5-point favorite against Temple. The only reason I really pulled this game is because I figured we needed to mention Phil Jerkovich. Thoughts and prayers. T's and P's. Yeah. Yeah. His season's down the drain.
Bye, Phil.
Yep. He got hurt in the UMass game last week, and I guess they feel pretty good about the guy that's filling in for him, Dennis Grossel. Did you actually know that he actually has tied with Doug Flutie for the school record in passing yards? He filled in one game for Phil Jerkovich last year and set the school record. So I guess you feel pretty good about it. But that running game is unbelievable. I don't know that I'd throw any money at this, but
I would, because Temple sucks.
Boston College with that running game is incredible.
Hey, you remember that stat that I asked about Indiana, about how percentage of turnover worthy plays?
Yeah.
Temple's is higher.
Oh, my.
Fractionally.
Oh, my.
Small. Just a small little one.
All right, so you like them to cover 14.5.
And this is a Jeff Halfie defense. Passer rating under pressure, Temple's a 39.6.
Yeah.
That's not QBR. That's old school quarterback rating. That's not good. By the way, Indiana's worse.
Yeah.
Michael Penix's quarterback rating under pressure is like a 3. Another reason I like Cincinnati. Muy grande.
Miami is a 6-point favorite against Michigan State. This is in Miami. Miami's number 24 in the country. Kenneth Walker III. I mean, kid transfers in from Wake Forest and averaging 10 yards a carry. It's very efficient. 30 carries, 321 yards, 5 touchdowns. Now, granted, those 2 games were against Northwestern and Youngstown State.
That's the thing.
Now they have to play a Big Ten football team that I don't think Michigan State's all that bad.
I don't think they're all that good. This number's been swayed. Michigan State's yet to have a turnover-worthy play all year. Not one that even could have been. That's not going to keep happening. Turnover chains coming out. I think this number is dumb. If I used my ranking, I would have Miami would be a 7.5-point favorite over an average team on a neutral field. I think Michigan State's pretty fucking average. And it's in Miami. I'm taking Miami, and I don't think it's all that close.
Okay. I'm going to be on the other side of that one from you. I think I'm going to take Michigan State to pull the upset. I gotta be on the Mel Tucker side of this one just because I hate Miami so damn much.
Derek King at some point, and look, there's also a denigration because App State's not on the national lexicon. We know who they are because they're an hour from here. We had that game. I told you that game was going to be close. I thought App State was going to win it, to be really honest with you. But at the end of the day, that gets held against you because you see Appalachian State on the main stage.
Right.
If you're in Vegas and you go, what the fuck is an Appalachian State? Isn't that a team that beating Michigan one time? Yeah.
I don't think it's – is it still that bad?
100%.
Really?
Sun Belt.
Despite the fact that they've been in the top 25 for the last 3 years.
Top 25. Look, if you don't listen to another word I say in this show, I really need you to listen to this. Vegas doesn't give a rat's fuck about the top 25. It means nothing. We have our own top 25, and they don't look anything alike. As a matter of fact, you want me to tell you how different they look?
Yeah.
Let me tell you how different they look.
Okay.
Doody-doo, boo-doo-boo. Give me a random team that you are higher on, that you think you're higher on than the masses.
I would say USC.
USC's 22. Let me find Arkansas, the team that everybody's losing their shit about.
Yeah.
Not in the top 25.
No, of course not.
App State's at 33. Oh, here's one. Iowa State.
Iowa State?
Where would you have Iowa State?
Hell, 15.
They're 36.
Wow.
UCLA, team everybody's jizzing their pants about.
Yeah.
They're barely in the top 40.
What is that based on? Is that based on how well they perform against the number?
No. This is actually, so this would be a poll. If we as Vegas were voting in a poll, this is how we would vote.
Oh.
Basically, the way this is done is that when you submit your placement, all right, so Boston College is 35, UCLA is 37.
Okay.
What that's saying is that consensus, neutral field, we think Boston College would beat UCLA. And I agree with it, by the way. I agree with that.
Okay.
There's no overreaction. You're not going to see the, oh, shit. The one team that I vehemently disagree with this on is Liberty, who they have in the 40s.
Yeah.
I don't. Now, mine's also a little biased because I don't think they're going to lose a game. This takes none of that into account.
Right.
This is how good are you heads up.
Okay.
Michigan State, the team you were just talking about.
Yes.
They are 46. Miami is 24.
Okay.
I'm laying less than a touchdown at home. Ta-da.
I'm staying with Michigan State. Fuck it. Going narrative.
Go to betus.com and aggressively go
bet
against.
your house on it.
Yeah. Don't bet your house, but if you got a little under the mattress money, you might want to throw that at it.
Yeah. Number 15, Virginia Tech at West Virginia. Your Mountaineers, the West Virginia Ninjas. Do you think that they can do it? They can upset the upstart team from Blacksburg? Everybody's focused on Virginia Tech's defense, 9 sacks, 4 interceptions through the first 2 games of the season. Now, in the first game of the year, we saw how that worked out with North Carolina. Is West Virginia anywhere close to North Carolina? Are they capable
Their offense sucks.
Are they capable of holding their own on their home field
Defensively?
because they're a 2.5-point favorite.
No. The defense is good. The defense is damn good, actually.
Okay.
Problem is they can't score.
Yeah.
Offensively, you're just bad.
Mm-hmm.
Bad.
Right. It's one of those teams where their transfer quarterback, Jarrett Doge. He came from like Grambling, and
like
and it's
No, he didn't come from Grambling.
I think that's right. I believe he did.
Oh, never mind. You might very well be right.
Okay. You think of somebody
I
else?
was thinking of his brother.
Oh.
He didn't go to Grambling. Where the hell did he go? Damn it. Bowling Green.
Bowling Green. There we go. Bowling Green. I always get those confused for some reason. West Virginia, I don't know. I've done it ever since I was a kid. Bowling Green, Grambling, I don't know. Maybe it's because I think they always had their shirts next to each other in the East Bay calendars that my dad used to, or the catalogs that my dad used to get. I don't know. West Virginia has won 6 consecutive games at home, and they are 18-0 against non-conference opponents in Morgantown since 2011.
Let me tell you why people think this is going to go a certain way. Brandon Burmeister has been fucking awful against pressure. West Virginia's going to get pressure.
Yep.
I don't think it's going to matter. I don't think it's going to matter. I think offensively you're going to put yourself in bad positions. The Virginia Tech defense is not good. That's the one caveat here, is that the biggest discrepancy is between the West Virginia defense and the Virginia Tech defense, not offense to offense.
Yep.
I don't care. Yes, it's in Morgantown. Yes, it's – and I know Evan Doyle, our resident Virginia Tech fan, who, by the way, is 2-0 betting for his own team, has said take West Virginia in the points. I'm going to disagree. As Mr. Mountaineer, I will tell you, the Neil Brown thing has not gone exactly the way we wanted it to go. Defense is good. Defensive struggle. I don't like the chances of West Virginia winning this game.
Okay, I'm on the Virginia Tech side of this one as well, plus the 2.5 at Morgantown. Nevada and Kansas State. Carson Strong, he's an NFL prospect. You got him pretty high in this next quarterback class. And Kansas State got some bad news as Skylar Thompson, their 6th-year senior, is done for the year. Well, has it been determined he's done for the year?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. It was. He may come back at the end of the season, but I guess that's been ruled that he can't come back. They do have that little tiny running back,
Deuce.
old Deuce Vaughn, 5'6" for the Wildcats. That's fun to watch, and he's had a hell of a first 2 games of the season. But Kansas State's at home, and they're a 2-point favorite.
I'm a level with you. Kansas State's offense sucked duty balls with Skylar Thompson. What do you think it's going to be without him?
Right.
I get the better quarterback. And I don't get the better coach. And I'm on the road.
Yep.
That makes me slightly nervous. This is a game that I really want to be heavy on. I'm going to give this game. And I'm going to have Nevada, and I think they win this game. Because I just remember last year, as soon as Skylar Thompson went down, Kansas State went in the toilet.
Right.
And Nevada's a pretty good team that doesn't get any respect.
All right, so money line bet on the Wolfpack to win.
I mean, they're only a 1-point dog, so. Or they're only a 1-point favorite, but.
Oh, is it gone down?
Yeah, Nevada's a 1-point favorite.
Oh.
Mainly because as soon as people saw Skylar Thompson win out, they went, oh, shit! This was that shit team we bet on last year.
Okay. Number 12, Notre Dame is at Purdue.
This one is dumb to me.
Notre Dame's a 7-point favorite. It's on the road, taking on a Power 5 team. Notre Dame hadn't done that well this year.
You done?
Yeah. Easy.
Hammer it. Purdue sucks this many.
Yep.
I'm going to hammer this game.
Is there any chance there's some type of funk on Notre Dame this year?
No.
They trailed late against Toledo, and obviously they blew the lead against Florida State in the first game. They did come back and win it in overtime, but is this a trend or is just stumbling blocks out of the gate and this is the get-right game?
I would say this is the get-right game.
Okay.
I don't believe in Purdue at all. I don't think they're going to be able to score with Plummer, the quarterback. Implied line, Notre Dame would be a 21-point favorite on a neutral field against an average team.
Yep.
Purdue, again, the definition of average. 7-point spread.
Yeah.
And by the way, you said this game was on the road. No, the fuck it's not. It's at Notre Dame.
Oh, is it at Notre Dame?
It's at Notre Dame.
Okay.
That makes this even dumber because what that means is if they played at Purdue, it'd be a pick'em. Eat shit. This would never be a pick'em.
All right.
Notre Dame is going to boat race them.
Other games featuring top 25 teams. We got number 17 Ole Miss taking on Tulane. Ole Miss is a 2-touchdown favorite. Tulane, famously we already said, Oklahoma week 1, they played them to 5 points. Can Ole Miss score enough against Tulane to cover this number?
And I think they do it easily.
599.5 yards per game is what Lane Kiffin's offense is putting out. Like them against Tulane. Number 19, Arizona State number 23, BYU. Arizona State's a 3.5-point favorite.
No,
I agree with you.
Go Cougs!
I agree with you. Something about these late-night big stages that just... With Kalani Sitake on the sideline, I'm going to be right behind you. He's one of those guys that just watching him on the sideline makes me want to play football for that guy.
Let me ask you I'm curious where you think these teams fall in.
Okay.
Where would you say that these two teams are in Vegas power rankings?
In the Vegas power rankings? I don't know. Arizona State at 30-something? 33?
31.
Okay, that was close. How about BYU at 22?
12.
12? Okay.
They're ahead of Oregon.
Yeah.
They're ahead of Oregon.
Uh-huh.
This is easy to me. Easy.
Right. This is one game that I looked at and I went, I think that this top 25 is bullshit. Because to me, BYU is the better team. Mm-hmm. It's a great head coaching matchup with Herm Edwards and Kalani Sitake, but there's something about those Cougars, and especially when they're playing at home.
Yeah. Just won the Holy War.
Yep.
This team is really tough.
Yep.
I'm taking BYU, and I didn't even think about it. That was my number one favorite bet of the week.
Okay, let's go. Number 21, North Carolina and Virginia, the South's oldest rivalry. This will be the 126th meeting between the two teams, dating back to 1892. We got to do this every year, counting the number of times that these two teams have faced off against each other. Carolina is an 8-point favorite against Virginia. After they got smacked in the mouth by Virginia last year, I think this is hammer time. Something happened against Georgia State that they went, okay, Virginia Tech's out of our mind. We just boat raced Georgia State. I get it, but we're supposed to. We were supposed to. We did. We got it done. And I think they will be able to cover this number.
no.
Give me Virginia.
Really?
I don't think they win. I think they cover.
It's going to be
Virginia's tough.
We have had a lot of
I
gross
undervalued
games.
Virginia last week.
Yeah.
I thought Virginia was much closer to Illinois.
Yeah.
They're not. Now, I will say this defensively, they are poopy. This is going to be a track meet.
Which is why I think Carolina will win the game by double digits. I don't know that Virginia can stop them.
If this game, market on this game started at 8. It's fluctuated between 7.5 and 8.5. If it got to 6.5, now I'm out, and I don't want to touch it. Mm-hmm. I catch a touchdown with a Virginia team that I think can hang with Carolina. Plus, Carolina's so undisciplined. There's just times that I watch Carolina and I want to pull my hair out.
Yeah.
Because I like this team so much. I like Mac so much.
Yep.
And obviously, we love Sam Howell.
Right.
I just look at a lot of there's so many growing pains that are going to happen with this team. And I look at Virginia as a team that they're not going to beat themselves. That's value, just implied value on this.
Right.
Virginia has a 3% implied value. What that means is that the goal of Vegas is for metrics and analytical people like me to have this as 50-50 against the number. Virginia has a 54% cover probability. Carolina has a 44.
Wow.
So they're almost 7% down to the number.
Wow. Support for the Sportsocracy brought to you by Manscaped. Go to manscaped.com and save the day. 20% off your entire purchase and get free worldwide shipping when you use our promo code Sportsocracy. We did some fun things in the studio yesterday with the Manscaped. No, it wasn't like that. No.
Where the fuck was I?
No.
Is that while I was at Wendy's?
No.
You weird shit. Did you use my chair? I'll kill you.
They're going to see the picture.
On camera.
They're going to see the picture. It's going to come out on the Facebook page real soon. But we love having Manscaped aboard, and they do give you the confidence in the bedroom, or in the bathroom. Well, you get the confidence in the bathroom to take care of your, shore up those
They give you the
undercarriage
confidence
problems.
in the bathroom. They give me the confidence in the bedroom. Fives. What up? Let's go.
Look, even if it's just lipstick on a pig, it is a needed thing. Manscaping, once a taboo thing in our society, is now embraced. And you know what? It's good because the ladies really, really enjoy it. Go to manscaped.com and get your Lawnmower 4.0 today, or any of their other fantastic products, and you can save 20% off using the promo code Sportsocracy, and you get free worldwide shipping with that as well. Manscaped.com, your balls will thank you. So North Carolina, you don't think they cover the number. You think Virginia is going to keep this one close?
I do. I think it's a one possession game.
Okay. Mississippi State and Memphis. That's another close line between two teams that I think are pretty close in the rankings. 3.5-point favorite is Mississippi State at the Liberty Bowl. What do you think?
I don't think either of these teams are very good.
Really?
No. I have them very close to each other. I mean, Memphis, I would say Memphis is marginally better.
Okay.
But it ain't by much. I'm actually trying to find Mississippi State in my rankings.
I
know they're here somewhere.
I'd take Memphis to cover this number.
Mississippi State's, I've actually got Mississippi State slightly better after the NC State game.
Yeah.
Now, I think it's one of those games that will just sway your opinion, and it will sway it the wrong direction.
Memphis still a team, though, that plays with a lot of swag, and especially when they're at home. There's something about that home environment. It is louder in there than you might expect. There is a fever for Memphis football in that city. So
I got a fever.
Exactly.
The only cure is more cowbell.
That's right. I would take the Tigers plus the 3.5 against Mississippi State, even though they just came off a pretty convincing performance against NC State.
You know what? This is so close. I'm catching a field goal. Fuck it. Give me the Bulldogs.
There you go. Bulldogs to cover on the road. Number 22, Auburn, taking on number 10, Penn State.
Favorite bet of the week before he does the lead-in.
This is your favorite bet of the week. Penn State is a 5-point favorite in the game. Auburn has rolled in their first 2 games of the season. Granted, they played Akron and Alabama State. So the fact that they've outscored their opponents 122-10 is not going to sway anybody. Penn State's a damn good football team, I believe. That defense is killer. And I think they will cover this number.
So you're taking...
I'm taking Penn State -5.
You're not even close. Auburn's going to win. If this game wasn't in Happy Valley, I think they'd beat them by 3 touchdowns.
Really?
Auburn's a better team. And that's coming from me, who has denigrated Auburn forever. Going back to, I really love using Vegas ratings because they kind of explain everything that I do. How many spots separate Penn State and Auburn?
5.
It's 0. One's 11 and one's 12.
Wow.
They're on top of each other. I don't think Penn State's offense is good. I think I saw enough against Wisconsin that I feel like you're bringing a knife to a gunfight. The other thing I will tell you about Penn State, they get very easy. They played 2 teams that there is no misdirection whatsoever. That's all Auburn does. Their whole offense is sleight of hand. You're going to feel like you're watching close-up magic. Auburn.
Really?
And I hate Bo Nix on the road. I don't care.
Yeah.
All gas, no brake. Let's go.
Bo Nix has looked good in the first 2 games of the year, but again, Akron and Alabama State. He hasn't done it yet, I don't believe. Does Bo Nix have that signature win in his career at Auburn? He wasn't there when they beat Alabama a couple of years ago, were they? Was he?
He hadn't beaten Alabama, no.
Yeah, I didn't think so. And this is on the road against a top 10 team? Yeah, Do you think they can outright win this game?
Yes. Yes, I do. Tank Bigsby is that damn good.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
they're going to be able to run the ball on Penn State, and I think they're going to do it aggressively.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, let me tell you a fun stat about Penn State. They're one of the only teams that I've seen whose estimated points per run are negative.
Yeah.
It's not a good running team.
Who's a better quarterback?
Bo Nix by a lot.
By a lot?
And Clifford?
Yeah.
By a lot.
Let's just show you how much he hates him, because you talk a lot of shit about Bo Nix.
No, I talk a lot of shit about Bo Nix on the road. Home Bo Nix is fine.
Yeah.
And yes, I do know this game's on the road. I don't.
He does not care.
Plus, and I'm telling you, all the speculation about James Franklin right now, he's been attached to the USC job. He is just, okay, there's some shit happening there.
Right. Now, if you like winning real money, some people like doing that kind of thing. Obviously, you can go to betus.com, and use our promo code Sportsocracy. Make your deposit today, and they will give you a deposit bonus of 125%. But if you're like me, I'm cheaper than air. I've already said that many times. I like to do the Build Your Bankroll contest. This at least makes me feel like I'm participating with those who are actually wagering real money. Play Action Pools is where you can go to join the Sportsocracy Build Your Bankroll competition. We are all trying to take down Jeremy, but it hasn't been a good couple of weeks. I think Jonathan Welch is killing everyone in the Build Your Bankroll contest. But go to the description of this video or on the sportsocracy.com. Join in. It's a whole lot of fun. It's just, it's something fun to do and to see how everybody's picks compare against each other. Yeah,
you think I'm willy-nilly with real money? You should see how willy-nilly I am with fake money. I think I'm in last.
Did you put all of it on the line like you said you were going to last week? At one point, you said you were going to put all of it on it.
I also had a lot on the Ravens.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Again, another example this past week of why I shouldn't have real money accounts. I got drunk on Saturday night and went, fuck it. The Jaguars are just going to kill Houston. And I put $1,000 of my dollars on it, and yeah, see how that went.
See, I do that with real money. When it's
God,
fake
I
money,
don't do that with real money.
See, when it's fake money, I go, fuck it. I'll put $4,000 on Baltimore. I don't give a shit.
Don't give a shit. Play Action Pools. Come on and join the fun with us in the Build Your Bankroll competition. It's going to run throughout the entire season, and it does college football and professional football as well. And it works just like a regular book. It's got the over-unders, the spreads, all of that. Number 1, Alabama. That's the highlight game of the week.
Alabama!
They're a 14.5-point favorite on the road in the Swamp at number 11, Florida. I have not been impressed with Florida as a team overall. I mean, it's obvious they've got playmakers. Emory Jones, Anthony Richardson. You realize Anthony Richardson is the leading rusher in the SEC right now?
On like 30 touches or some shit like that.
11 carries.
Yeah.
He's had 11 carries. He's gotten 275 yards. He's averaging 25 yards per carry. He went for 160 in week 1 and then like 100 and whatever left, 115 last week. I just don't know that you can go in with this gimmicky 2 quarterback, we're going to run it all the time kind of thing and think you're going to take Nick Saban off guard.
Here's a fun stat. This should tell you how little they've thrown the ball. What is Florida's passer rating in a clean pocket?
62.
65. What is their passer rating when under pressure?
4.
147.
Wow.
Their big-time throw percentage and their turnover-worthy play percentage are the same number. It's 9%. That tells me 2 things. One, you don't throw a lot because there's not Pat Mahomes doesn't have a 9% big-time throw percentage. The other thing it tells me is that you play a little fast and loose with the ball.
Yep.
And against Alabama, that's not going to work in your favor.
Nope.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide cover the 14.5. Dan Mullen will fall to 0-11 against Nick Saban. I don't know. From the first couple of weeks of the season, I just feel like Florida's been overblown.
Where do you think Vegas has Florida?
26.
Take the 20 out.
6? Mm-hmm. Really?
Ahead of A&M, ahead of Iowa, ahead of Notre Dame, ahead of Cincinnati, ahead of Penn State.
I don't get it.
Ahead of Oregon.
I don't get it. It just does. I mean, it looks too gimmicky to me to win, especially against the best teams in college football.
It's too gimmicky to win against Alabama.
Yeah.
Alabama's just that damn good.
They're just that damn good. Don't forget to make your wagers with us this week on BetUS.com. BetUS.com, 125% deposit match for using our promo code Sportsocracy, and we are glad to, I'm glad to let Jeremy be your guide on this. He's even so far throughout the season. Green on Green picks, of course, coming up tomorrow afternoon on ESPN. Asheville, the Sports Tank with Jeremy Greene, heard everywhere on the iHeartRadio app, 3 to 5 weekdays.
Just go to the Sportsocracy.com. There's a link there that will literally take you directly to it. All you have to put in is your email address and do all the funding and all that good shit. But Sportsocracy.com, click the BetUs.com link. I've done, my record is not as pretty as I would like it to be. What am I, 23 and 14 to start the year. That's not as pretty as I would like, mainly because I started 11-2. Mm-hmm. But I feel really good this week. We got a couple gambling videos coming out, obviously, picking the games here. These are not all of the games that I will give out on Green. I've still got some tremendous underdogs. Love a good dog.
He loves those underdogs. I'm Tank Spencer. He's Jeremy Greene. No radio show this afternoon because of Braves baseball. We will be back on the air tomorrow afternoon at 3 with all of your preview for the weekend, including the double dip green on green pick extravaganza that happens each and every Friday with the second half. So we do one segment an hour. Second hour is always the underdog specials of the week. We'll have it all for you right here and be back, of course, tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. right here in the Wicked Weed studio, wickedweedbrewing.com. Drink different.
Wow, winning.